Well, when it comes to the banking union, there are clear rules on who has a say on any bank merger. Actually, I think what I said, I was talking about European banks. It's not so much the size, it's the focus. I think we really need banks that take an European approach rather than a purely domestic member state kind of approach. I think that was the context of the comment. That being said, when it comes to bank mergers within the banking union, there are clear rules on who has a say. It's about the prudential assessment that is done by the ECB for relevant banks, and it is about a competition issue, and that is the framework that should that actually applies to this kind of situations.
But I'm wondering whether in your position you were thinking that perhaps we need to rethink some of these rules as a result, because if we look at Ukraine, it's just as a case example really. They're struggling to do consolidation in Italy, but they're also struggling to do consolidation cross-border in Germany. Are you disappointed that that's the case, given that you would like to see more European-focused banks?
Again, the Commission can never comment on any specific case. There is a process. The rules are clearly defined, and we expect the rules to be complied with, because the banking union, the set of rules of the banking union has been agreed by all member countries. So we expect them to be complied with.
Well, let's see what will happen there, if UniCredit and others could be or not successful on that front. We're also looking at some of the latest moves when it comes to financial services policy. There was a report yesterday suggesting that the European Union could be about to delay new global banking rules. What can you tell us about that?
Well, we have implemented Basel III in January this year, and a part of that we have decided to delay for 1 year, the part of the risk, the fundamental review of the trading book. We are now assessing whether to possibly postpone that specific part of Basel III. But that being said, the rules are being implemented and they will continue to be valid in Europe. We're just mindful of the need to preserve a level playing field, but we will not engage on a race to the bottom when it comes to regulation of the banking sector.
But this, and I apologize to the viewers for the jargon, the fundamental review of the trading book, which is part of the Basel III,
yes.
Is that something that you have informed the finance ministers that this is going to be delayed?
Yeah, we have, yes.
Is that because you're feeling pressure that other parts of the world are not applying these rules and you feel like you cannot also apply them?
No, we can apply them, and other parts of the world have applied them, but we think that it is a part that has impact on the competitiveness of our banking sector, and we thought it might be best to delay it further for another year so as we can assess what happens in other jurisdictions, and eventually if we should consider some changes to that specific part. But it is a small part of Basel III, and all the rest has been implemented already, and we continue committed to Basel and to implement the global standards.